Hello, dear friends of pleasure. Today I would like to share with you in this video how you can make your sex life a little easier and achieve exactly what you have in mind with your partner. My name is Antje, I am your sex sense coach, and I advise you on desire and frustration in your love life. On one hand, it is important that you are simply sexually stimulating, that you nurture your feelings, and that you can communicate well. These are all things that, you will never get thrown at you in a video. But what is it that truly sets you apart as a man, something that others do not do, so that you can arouse her in a way that no one else has before and no one else will after you, so that you really remain a memorable experience for her? So, when you're in the foreplay, just try using your knee for stimulation, for a change. Yes, your knee. You can handle your knee quite well. It is connected to a large, strong muscle, the thigh muscle, which you won't tire out as quickly as your tongue or your fingers. And that's why you should just try it out when you kiss, when you lie down or stand, that you simply, if it is her choice, keep the knee stiff. Yes, you can simply move the knee just a little bit more in her area where the vulva, labia, and clitoris are, just very slowly, very gently, and in a steady rhythm, lightly circling and gliding in that area very slowly and gently. You can also move a little to the left and right or from top to bottom. However, you should always check from bottom to top as well. Many women do not like that. So it's best, if you know where her clitoris is, to move broadly in circles around it with your knee. And as I said, your knee is relatively strong, you can hold it well, and you can also vary the pressure and friction accordingly. And that's of course also brilliant when you no longer have any clothes on. You practically circle her entire genital area with your knee when it comes to the labia, so feel free to go from top to bottom. You can do this very well on the labia, moving from top to bottom, and also apply a bit more pressure, yes, and you can also do it in a more targeted way. Of course, please do not slip, as that can sometimes be very uncomfortable. And at webinar start, you can also apply a light targeted pressure here, or even a bit stronger. This is unlikely to be very arousing because the majority will not have an orgasm from this, although that can of course happen, but it simply creates a feeling of well-being, like during a courtship. Yes, it stimulates blood circulation. Of course, it also makes her a bit more moist or really moist. And why not with the knee? So really give it a try, and I tell you, it feels different. It's something else. And of course, you have your hands, mouth, and whatever else you have free. You can play around with those elsewhere. You can massage her breasts, you can do it on her neck, on her head, however you like. You can do whatever you like, but the knee just stays down there for now. You can also just look into her eyes and see how she reacts, because very often she won't get that with the knee. I can tell you that. And then you can continue. Once you have finished with the knee, you can also massage her legs, her thighs a bit, and you can then use your thumb, the first part of your thumb, to gently enter her vagina and massage the outer labia a little, kneading them. You can also gently stretch them a bit. And don't worry, it doesn't hurt. It's not uncomfortable either. It just feels very, very good. And you can just gently stroke from top to bottom from the inside. I only have one thumb right now, so I can't show you. Just do it like this from top to bottom, always from top to bottom, and smooth it out here while applying a bit more pressure. Of course, not so much that her labia turn bright blue. That might not be very advantageous right now, but just try it and see how she reacts. And I am very sure that she will find it very pleasant. We are practically working our way from the outside to the inside. And when you now reach the inner labia, you basically do exactly the same thing again. So if this is again focused on the inner labia, please be a bit more cautious there, as they are simply thinner and more sensitive and logically have more nerves than the outer labia. And there you can also pinch them slightly together, so squeeze them and pull them up a little bit. Yes, and do that again with a bit of a stroking motion from top to bottom. But you can also gently move your thumb around her clitoris. Just avoid going directly for it, because most people really don't like that. If that is the case, you can still include it in your execution, but just leave it out for now. So you very gently and slowly tease her clitoris as much as possible. And then you gently and carefully turn back to the inner labia and make that stroking motion again. And then you can also perhaps go a little deeper into the vagina after you have worked on the inner labia slightly further. So that's as much as the thumb can do. Yes, it doesn't go much further than that. You practically go into the vagina and stroke it from top to bottom or from bottom to top. You can really be flexible there. Just by the pressure you apply. You can also spread it out easily, not too much at first. Some people like that as well. Just start off a bit more gently and slowly with a lighter pressure, and experience the sensation from top to bottom or from bottom to top. So you can really work on the entire vaginal wall with your thumb however you like. If you want to certainly penetrate her further, you can certainly use your middle and index fingers again to go into her vagina and essentially make the same movement a bit deeper. And it is important that you do this at a nice, slow, appropriate pace so that she can engage with it. With women, it is often the case that they want a steady rhythm. At least this is true for most of them. And when you do that and then gently massage her in a soothing manner, or simply leave your hand on her vagina, it creates an incredibly pleasant feeling for the woman. You can also stimulate the G-spot. There will be another video on that soon, just mentioned briefly for now. And you can then practically, once you have found the spot, just move your fingers in a circular motion or make that come here movement, yes, from top to bottom. But you can also just apply pressure at specific points. You can also do it a bit faster. And when you have one hand inside and place your other hand on the outside and press them together, it creates an extremely sensitive and very, very arousing moment for the woman. So just try it out. And I guarantee you, if you stimulate your wife in this slightly different way, she will definitely be knocking on your door more often and asking if you could do something like that again. If you want to learn more about intimate massages, I can simply recommend checking if there are any Tantra massages available, where you can observe and learn a bit. Of course, you can also take a Tantra course, where you get to know yourself and your partner on a completely different level. Because in Tantra, it's not about reaching orgasm immediately, but rather about being able to feel the touch you receive and the touch you give to yourself more deeply. It's about discovering points of arousal that you didn't even know existed before. So it is really an incredibly exciting thing. And it takes you and your partner to a whole different level of togetherness, connection, and intimacy. So I have only given you a glimpse of what is possible, and I guarantee you, if you dive deeper into the subject, you will truly be amazed by everything that exists and what is still possible. In this sense, I truly hope that you are indeed simply adventurous and drive your wife crazy. I wish you a lot of fun arousing her, good pleasure, and see you in the next video.